Franklin is tuned in. Kofi Chumbuafu's tuned in. DSP Alex Obing tuned in. Eugenia Sintimedi tuned in. George Quay tuned in. Collins Badu tuned in. Them tuned in all the way from Akache. Usu and Samedi tuned in. Ben Danso tuned in. Nyami and Nyam is also tuned in. Nana in Spring, Texas tuned in. Sheikh Bagay has tuned in, my stranger brother. Togbete Agbozo the Fifth tuned in. Frank Janfi tuned in. They call him manager. Togbe Edem Koku Ashigbe. Our senior brothers also tuned in. How could I forget? Well, I guess playtime is over. Get seated. Strap up. It's going to be a bumpy ride today. But we start the way we start. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And I'll say that again. Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansakwa IV. chief of the only republic within the republic, Edumasa. Right there in Akwamu. Folks, it's a Monday again, and don't we just love it when we all meet up here to do something quite unique. We discuss, debate, and divulge what's good for Mother Ghana. And for those of you tuning in and those of you who are quite quick-tempered, let me, assure you that it's a double-edged show, this show. So it doesn't always go your way. There are days where, it may really cut you, and the other days it will cut the other person. So don't worry, when it's cutting you, just stay strong. One day it will cut the other person too. So we urge listeners to be really, really open-minded, bold at heart, brave to confront the truth. And beware, because patriots are gathered. Welcome to another edition of That's My Opinion. Disambiguation. That's the topic today. Yes, disambiguation. Folks, I want to caution us that English is a language and a means of communication, not necessarily a measure of intelligence. Number two, for the purposes of this show, allow me to simplify certain issues, disambiguate certain issues. It may not all be fair, but as citizens who are being fooled all the time, bear me out with the spirit behind what I am trying to get across. So there's no need to come and nitty-gritty. Stay back and listen to what I'm just trying to get across and see, if I'm getting across properly or not. Number three, you may also share with us how you understand the issues that I bring forth, what you can add to, take out, and solutions if you have, even though sometimes you just want to throw your hands up in the air and say, Heavenly Father, help us. Okay, for those of you who are not near Google, disambiguation is trying to make clear something which is unclear. That's all. So there, you don't need to go and Google anything, particularly if you're driving and you have your phone next to you. Just trying to make unclear something which is unclear. So folks, let me start with this new craze of closing banks and money houses and loan facilities and credit unions. You see, I can't go, folks, and build a house, put a safe in it, and a sign in front saying Bank of Edumasa, and start collecting people's money. No, it doesn't work like that. There are rules, regulations, and laws, some of which you have to meet even before you dream or start thinking, before you even start applying. Condition precedent, our new phrase. And after you have met all of these, it doesn't end there. Periodically, the central bank checks, monitors you to make sure that you are doing what it says on the tin. So if for one or two banks or money houses fail, we can understand the world is not a perfect world. But the numbers here are staggering. The numbers are staggering. 10s, 20s, closed. And yet, no one is held accountable. Rather, the poor worker is just sent home like a dog with no hope, while those who gambled with people's money continue to be called honorable, big man, chief, get front row seats at church, and still chair events with pride. Now, how is it possible that a bank that can't pay depositors their own money, yet you look at the expenditure and they are paying the so-called owners huge sums in rent, in their paying into their other businesses, per diems, travel, and fancy allowances. And the same bank says they can't pay people who deposited their money in the bank. The state stroke central bank, who neglected their duty, who, by the way, has also living the life of Riley, moving to close these institutions. And the irony is, they do that after the dereliction of duty. And again, it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. You and I, who had no say in the matter, our high and nearly enough wicked taxes that we have to pay is used to go and pay depositors and bailouts. To go and pay bailouts for those whose monies have been used to fund luxury lifestyles and unnecessary risk-taking businesses. And as I said, still, everyone is at post. Now, this is how I see the whole thing, regardless of the big English and laws that are being bombarded us. I don't see it anyhow. Experts have said that, you know what, they could have put 2 or 3, 4 banks together, these insolvent units, get a bigger bank or foreign entity. There are plenty of people who buy debt these days. Get them to buy it. I somewhat agree, because at least some jobs could be saved. People's monies can be paid them. But rather, here we are again, the taxpayer being burdened because of some other people's lavish lifestyle and careless business. But we have to pay. Folks, let me move on to another issue, which I find quite intriguing. PDS. Yes, PDS. Again, maybe you can help me if you understand it any better. But I want to break it down just in case there's some JSS, student tuned in. Maybe there's a young man tuned in, and the conditions precedent and subsequent is gotten confused, just as I also got confused. Let me break it down, and then you can help me if you're understanding any better. Now, this is how I see it. Here's a family who have a luxury limousine which they hire out to make money. Big, nice limo, state of the art. Now, with time, the limo is not in the best of shapes. So your big brother, who bails you out every now and then, says, listen, let me put some money towards the repair of the car. You also go and find some money and a good driver, mechanic, so that the limousine would work and pay us both. After you've paid my debt, you can have your car. At least it saves me bailing you out all the time. And hopefully by then you can manage it yourself. With a bit of back and forth at the dinner table, and the family decides, look, let's let go of some of our shares or bring in some partners. After all, it's money which we don't have. And if the car is going to work, we need money. Plus the car must work to feed us. So that he comes home one day and says, I have found someone who will partner us. We give them 49%. There are a few guys who are putting their monies together, so we are in business again. We add them to the documentation of the car and hand over the limo to them. They did not bring the driver mechanic expertise and the new technology. And most importantly, they did not bring the money to fix the car. Their plan is to use the car as it is and basically do work and pay. And so some persons and companies who have rendered services to this limo, they are even unable to pay them. Not even money for petrol. With all this condition precedent and subsequent brofokesi, folks, how else do you explain it? The main reason why we had to get partners, we did not even bother to find out if they had the means. You have a car, you can't drive. And so the main reason why you want to hire somebody is because you can't drive the car. And you get someone who hasn't got a driving license, and he says to you, don't worry, as I am on the job, I'll be learning how to drive. Folks, this is how I sum it up. This is how I sum it up. So we have our ECG. We haven't got the monies, and we are running short of maybe modern technology. So we need people to come on board with money and technology. And the last thing we checked is the people who came on board, if they have technology or the money. And yet that is the only reason why we needed to get rid of a certain percentage of it. But you see, you can fool all of us all the time. All you need is English, a bit of jargons, and political sycophants who will just sing your tune no matter how you play it. Now, as if all of this was not okay. Folks, as if all of this was not enough. Now we have PPA. As for PPA, folks, it's like a comedy, honestly. It is so annoying, it becomes like a joke. Folks, it's not only the illegality, but the impunity with which it is done. And now we are supposed to be happy because the president has suspended him. Really? Happy? I mean, can you believe that, that's what the commentary has been reduced to? The issue is being happy or not at the president's decision. I mean, there must be somewhere that we draw the line. But we don't seem to have one, folks. We don't seem to have anywhere where, as a people, as Ghanaians, we say, as for this place, we draw a line and you cannot go past it. No, we don't seem to have a line. I mean, you can practically do anything and everything. I mean, if you can do it, if you can get up from your bed and do it, you can do it. And so we are always being cheated. Folks, we have seen state machinery move into action over little or minor misdemeanor. We have all seen and witnessed where police, military in full battle gear turn up at dawn and search homes and sometimes even manhandling suspects over nothing. Folks, I'll tell you what citizens want to hear and see with regards to this PPA matter. We want to see the CID, BNI, Yoko, if there are any special units, add them. We want to hear that the PPA boss, his wife, the driver, house help, their siblings, their close friends, their cat, even if there's mice in the house, freeze everybody's accounts, including the mice. Freeze the accounts and follow the money trail. Let us see the urgency, the anger, the fury, the passion, and the annoyance. Let us feel it. That when you handed over states, responsibility, office, and money, it's not to set up a kiosk somewhere and just cheat us all. Follow the money trail. We don't want to hear grammar and how we should or not feel, whether we should be happy or not, as if we are being done a favor, folks. Folks, it's as if we are being done a favor. President Nkrumah was dumb and was suspended. For real? A company that was set up 5 minutes ago, winning government contract as if it was Alewa, and we are told the MD acted alone. You see, I told you, they can fool us all the time. Yes, they can fool us all the time. The MD acted alone. The MD is now KSM doing a one-man stage act. Even though poor Abigail was in the stage, I don't know whether it's a stage dresser or whatever it is, but poor Abigail was there in the scene. So folks, I ask, what at all is going on? It is as though we are cursed as a people. Folks, it is as though we are condemned, we are doomed. Less than one term in government. And these are the period where normally you have to impress us so that going to the poll and looking forward, we can have some reassurance. But if this is the first term, and then the second term where usually, folks, chances of parties are really slim. That's when the grab and go term, folks. The second term is the grab and go term. So if this is the first term, then that's what the second term is going to be like a movie. Folks, a bay is a Now, as I said, I have tried to simplify it. Maybe I have simplified it too much. But the spirit behind what I am trying to say is just trying to demystify all this big English with regards to issues that are killing us. I mean, look, I rode to Adumasa, my little republic. This road, folks, 24 kilometers and probably since the days of Adam. And every day there's a contractor on it piling laterite. And I'm sure if they were to calculate the cost of laterite, I'm sure they would have done 2 motorways. But no, it's not done. And yet we have all these monies just being misappropriated. Contract that should be given to legitimate people just being sold. Maybe I have to go and buy my contract for my road. Send a Beku there to go and buy the Dumasa contract and maybe go and find if somebody will come and fix it for us. And you talk about this same road and my DCE will come and say, oh, you are blowing the thing out of proportion. I spoke to him, I said, my friend, when we are crying, cry with us. Cry with us. The fact that government send you here doesn't mean that you're in the government's pocket. Cry with us. The road is already destroyed before you came. So as a DCE, you cry with the locals to get the road done. There's just too many of this. I mean, if I were to list all of these, I'm sure I wouldn't even have enough time to do a show today. So enough of all these English and grammar and law and technicalities. Let's just sit back and look at the common sense of it. Where in the world do you set up a business and within a year, without doing anything, having any track record, money or anything, just win bids? And the truth of the matter is that it's cronyism. The truth of the matter is cronyism. I said, the long and short of it is cronyism. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. Kensi. You know what? I want you to vent. It's 0302216541. Maybe you think I've simplified it too much so you can add some to it. But hey, let me hear you. First caller, who's going to be my first caller? Hello.
Hi, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
Nana, this is what we normally would say, I can't think far. But you see, if you take Bank of Ghana, I've been asking, so who will clean the mess at Bank of Ghana? They are cleaning the system. Who clean them up? Because, like you said, they come and they speak big English, as if all the problems started from just yesterday. They refer to 2017. They talk about capital impairment. Where are the auditors who have been auditing the books of these banks? What kind of reports do they come up with? Have there been indications to see or to say that, look, the capital of these people are being impaired, and so we should do something? When they go for monitoring, what do they do? And today, they just close all banks, or most of them, as if these things just happened overnight. And at the end of the day, it is the poor people who suffer. The poor workers and the poor people like me, our tax. So, Nana, it's just a pity. I think what is happening is that we are in a country where it is being managed by a few greedy people. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you, too. That was Derek. No, that was Justice. But Derek is now on the phone. Hello, Derek.
Hello, Nana.
Let me hear you, my brother. Mm-hmm. Good evening.
Oh, Nana, isn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to start and where to end. But to cut a long story short, I think in the past, we lack people who speak good grammar, good English and grammar. Ghana is today ruled by a president who found in this I don't know. it was something that was then lacking, and that he capitalized on it, and he appointed like-minded people who are controlling this. So it looks like we're being taken for a jelly ride. Some of the things you can't even think far. Like somebody said just not quite long ago. PDS, what? Rules, what? This, what? This, what? So where are we driving at? Well, where pendulum went up and then people capitalize on loopholes. That was the word I wanted to use in the initial stages. So let's see. We'll sit up and get to work.
Thank you very much. That was Derek. Right in Teshin is Kofi. Hello, Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi. It's Kofi truly.
Good. Let me hear you, my brother.
In fact, sometimes I ask what future we have. What future we have. Look at what happened at Ayawaso. Just a common by-election. Troops were moved in. Then look at what is going on. Just suspended. Just suspended. And we have people who talk big and fat English. In fact, English wearing suit and coat. They've all shut down. My son was just asking me, Daddy, no police were BNI can be a national security. No, I mean, JoyFM ni nalo. It's a shame. It's a shame, and God will make us pay for it one day.
Thank you, Kofi. But right there in committee now is my brother Ajimai. Hello, Ajimai.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm good, bro.
I'm myself that causing financial loss to the state is it no more punishable? Because the big men will make the mistakes. Then we those people who are struggling to make ends meet, you pay for it. That's why sometimes people say that the rich man will continue to be rich and the poor will continue to be poor. And they always come to the platform to assure us that they are coming to alleviate poverty. When a police person now stand at the roadside, take 5 cities, 2 cities, it is all over the place. But when these big men are chopping big monies, they cover it. And those people who make the law are massaging the law. And my question is, how do we get rid of them? This is my question, Nana. God will be with you.
Be with you too, my brother. Patrick is in Ablekuma. Let me speak to Patrick. Hello, Patrick.
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening, my brother.
Nana, I won't console, Nana. God bless you. God bless you. Nana, my first question is, do you think something will ever change? Because it looks like we will say it. They will have their way. And this is how we've been resulted into. Nana, it's okay. Let me ask: who is really the head of this country? Who is leading us? The president, I believe. Mm-hmm. Where is he? Yes, Oko Japan, the Oko him. Nine. This man by now, if it's a serious country by now, this PPA and all those that are related. I heard Works and Housing gave a contract worth 1.99 something, close to 2 million. And we all heard what the working minister said with regards to that contract and the amount. It's a cooked thing. They know where the money goes. The parties, the ruling parties, have share in those things. Those that award the contracts to that very company.
Well, allegedly. I mean, you can say categorically, but you can say you suspect that it goes there, and then I'll definitely back you on the suspicion. But categorically, we can't say that. But Ozu is an Adenta. Hello, Ozu.
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening,
Nana. My elder brother, lifetime investment, his end of service benefit, after working for 40 years, is locked up in Adil Finance.
Jesus Christ.
And this man is a member of Council of State. I gave some dossier on him to a journalist. He called the man. Within 5 minutes, her bosses called her to stop the story. Her bosses called her to stop the story. And the way with which the boss's voice was even shaking. I wish your producer would take this number, call me after the show, and I'll give you the details about what I have on this one. Thank you so much.
He will take the number, definitely. But Samsung is on the phone. Let me hear Samsung.
Hello, Nana.
Let me hear you.
And I hope that
That's it.
my penny kwaso. Ghana man kwaso. When Joshua appointed the judges, he warns them not to take a bribe because a bribe blinds the eyes of a wise man. Let's get the definition of the word lawyer. A lawyer is not there to defend client or satisfy client by going the extra mile by to eliminate his colleague. Who is Asamoah and what is their relationship? The word law does not allow any older man to do evil, commit the laws. And now put your feet down. Let's slaughter some of them. It's my opinion. Thank you, sir.
I think metaphorical slaughter. 0302 216 541, because I know you want to get your say in, right? 0302 216 541. 0302 216 541. Call and let's hear what you have to say. If you think that it was too simple, or if you think we are spot on what we can do. But Solomon is in community 20. Solomon.
Yeah, Nana.
Yes, boss.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Nana, in fact, so disappointed. I had some money I invested with First Bank Financial Services. But I traveled last December, came back in January, and I put in my request for redemption. As I'm speaking to you now, the redemption has not been honored. I sent a mail to Securities and Exchange Commission about 3 months ago, and I have still not gotten any information from them. I think last week they issued a statement that all the financial institutions are supposed to honor the redemptions that various investors have requested. But I see this to be just a lip service. They just put up information just for people to know that they are doing something about the situation. And currently, as I'm speaking to you, I have some personal obligations that I have to honor. But because my funds is locked with First Bank Financial Services, I'm unable to do so. This evening, a lady called me from First Bank telling me that the request that I put in, they are going to pay. I asked her, when are they going to pay that half? They couldn't say it. So I said, is it because the Securities and Exchange Commission put out that information? That is why you are calling me now to tell me this. And he was not in the position to talk, because even I spoke to their financial director, and the information that he gave to me, if I tell you, I think to be so unpalatable.
Thank you very much. Daniel is on race course. Hello, Daniel.
Nana answer call. Nana Unkwasho, good evening.
Good evening.
All right. Nana, this is my opinion. I mean, with all that you are discussing this very evening. You see, it is only in this country, to my best of knowledge, that when the so-called big men in authority goes wrong, they go scot-free. Senti Sanka, yeah, signing contract, road networks, bad road networks. Now you have whether urban roads or road and highways engineers or mobile supervisors, they will not do their work, take their percentages left, center, right, here and there. And you ask yourself, where are we heading towards as a nation? So I'm sorry, you're as Christians and all that, but if we will not have positive change of mind, whether we opinion or color, everybody will go nowhere. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ajua Mansa Papebi, Nanansa Kwao the fourth. Please, I salute you. You couldn't have said it any better. Ghanaians need to wake up and hold these public officers to book. It's so disheartening. Ransford in Adabraka, Nana, the only time I will vote in Ghana is when we get a leader who would scrap all ex gratia and build more prisons? How can we continually pay it for returning MPs and politicians, and also not hold people who are to protect public purse to ransom for their failures in the first place? Why employ people who are incompetent and unethical? Fire, ban them all. Kwe is in Kasua. Hello, Kwe.
Hello, Nana.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, Nana, I'm very grateful for today's opportunity. In fact, Nana, I'll go straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Nana, our leaders always think when they use big words in crisis, as in when they...
Oops, your line is dropping. Hello?
Hello, Nana?
Yeah, I got you now.
Yes, I said the leaders, they think using English as a big word in the situation whereby the state is in crisis will be an offense to them. But we always use their big words when they want to steal or they want to tackle funds from the coffers. But we are watching them and we are praying that one day, God will help us get someone who will explain vividly to understand everything well, not asking how they are really at. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you too. Good evening, Nana. You have said it all. Nothing surprises me about this nation any longer. Don't be surprised if the PPA man is reappointed to a new state organization, even in an elevated position. He will soon be made a board chairman of another state institution. I voted for this party, but everything is getting worse by day. Kojo Asari Koforidia, but Ernest is on the line. Hello, Ernest.
Hello, Nana.
Good evening. Good evening, my brother.
Yes, Nana, you spoke referring to what happened at the PPA as nepotistic. See, the nepotism in this country, I think the PPA boss were just learning from the presidency. Well, in the name of competence, we claim that this family member of mine is competent and so I should put him at so and so place. And we have surrounded ourselves at the helm of affairs with family people. And they are doing the wrong thing. That's exactly what has played out at PPA. And I think that it's high time we all start taking secret cameras on ourselves, going to these offices and videoing activities that are going on in our offices, so that we can fish out these criminals. They are petty criminals. If you steal a tuber of yam, you'll be jailed for so many years. But this man is working free. Now going to be invited by the social prosecutor and all that, and he will work in all the freedom he can garner to go to that office. When an ordinary citizen does things less, far less, he's more treated, he's drugged, and embarrassed and all that. I think we all have to start acting as undercover journalists and start video taping these authorities.
Thank you very much. Richard is in Kaswa. Hello, Richard.
Hi, Nana.
Good evening, my bros.
Good evening. Nana, the TDS issue. I learned there are some guys or some delegation which went to Qatar, and I learned they are back. Nana, have we heard from them? Have they spoken? I mean, these guys just traveled and then they are back and they are quiet. Sometimes they act as if they are on their own. They forget that we voted for them to be where they are. And they have to account to us, whatever happens. But I will always say that the ordinary Ghanaian is not it's not angry enough. So our leaders will always play these games with us. The PPA thing too, I mean, it's not surprising. Sometimes you see roads being constructed just 3 years, 2 years, and there's a whole potholes on it. This is the cause. I mean, we shouldn't think he's alone. I mean, sometimes when we make the whole thing look like it's just him.
No, he was the only one he just got caught, that's all.
But we should try and dig deep. That's what I think.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This one says, hi, Nana, I'm very happy to be back on show. Yes, Nana, you have outdoored some of the highly sentimental problems of our current country currently. But like you rightly said, there are more unraveled sentiments. And for me, the education system is what breaks and is still breaking my heart. That we will have policies only scoring politicians earning points. If the world is indeed moving technological and we have curriculum for kids on history and paying little attention to what the global world of work is demanding or expecting the future generations to have, who is checking the content of our curriculums? Discerning teachers have concerns but don't know who and where to go and make their case, free from intimidation and ridicule. When will things change? You didn't add your name, but John is on the phone. Hello, John.
Yeah, I'm still. Hello?
Hello.
Nana?
Yes.
I want to thank you for your program.
Thank you for
I
tuning
just
in.
want to advise we, the Ghanaians, that we have to rethink about our politicians. At times, we'll be fighting within ourselves, and when there's time for election, then they'll come and give us some coins. They will be fighting for them. When they get there, they'll forget about us. So I want to advise the Ghanaians that during the election, we should go and cast our votes and come and sit down in our comfort houses so that anybody who wins, carry it from there. So we should try and avoid conflict and fighting, so those kind of things, because the rich will always be the richest. That's my advice to we the Ghanaians. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Pakofi. I've gotten your message and I'm telling the technical team now. Pakofi has some concerns. Thomas in Somenya. Hello, Thomas.
Yes, sir. Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, thank you very much. I agree perfectly with all your submissions. But I want to talk about the banking crisis in Ghana now. Look, the directors should be held responsible and the management. Bank is about trading of money. So why should a bank or a savings and loan go bankrupt? Where is the people's money? So they should be held responsible. They shouldn't allow we, the taxpayers' money to pay. Why should it be so, Nana? And I don't understand. Where are our professors, our Buglong people, those who are learned professors? Why are they sitting down for all these things to happen into our country? So I feel in the banking sector, all what Bank of Ghana, the details that they gave, the directors and the management will be held responsible. They should pay for every losses. Thank you, Nana, for always bringing us these issues.
Thank you too, my brother. Nana, MPP and NDC are as bad as each other. The PPA guy will be cleared as this government has always done. The communication minister will come to tell us he's been found clean. PDS is a different ballgame. The family and friends taking us for a ride must sit well because some of them will spend their old age in prison because the Ghanaian youth are gearing up for them. Big vocabularies or not. Nana in Spinkters Road. But Abna is on the phone. Hello, Abna.
Yes, Nana, good evening.
Good evening, Abna.
Nana, you see, I keep saying that our leaders are wicked. Very, 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 very wicked. You know, recently what happened in Germany or so about this Nigerian senator who went to Germany for medical treatment. You see what they did to him? Nigerians in that country pushed him out. Very soon, very, very soon, we shall settle these things in this country. We must wake up, Ghanaians. We must wake up. We're getting everything wrong. Our leaders are killing us. And what kills me most is the hypocrisy with these two parties. Now that this is happening in MPP government, see the NDCs are up. This is wrong. This is they're saying all sort of things. As if they were better. Let our eyes be opened and let us pray for a correct leader and a correct party. Thank you very much.
Abna, thank you very much for listening and even going further to call in. You don't know how much I appreciate it. 0302-216-541. Let me hear your thoughts. This ambiguation. This ambiguation. Just trying to make complicated matters simple. That's all I was trying to bring to forth here. There's so many wrong, and things that just don't add up going on, and it's just laws and English and laws. And sometimes you sit back and you think, Asemikra, what's the head and what's the tail? So I try to break it down for us to sit down and deliberate, and that's what we're doing. But Papa Ansa is on there to break it down further. Hello, Papa.
Hello, Great King. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
You see, Great King, I want to find out the issues that you bring out. Do these leaders listen to you, and do they hear the advice you give them? Because it looks as if every day, whatever you bring on board, the problems keeps on happening. Look at this PPA man. The day I heard that Shraj has taken over, I said, this country, it will not yield any results. Because this human rights shouldn't come in straight to Yoku. But they're taking this man out. But we are here to reinstate this man. Or they will give this man another position. Why? I don't know what to say, but I think politicians are taking we Ghanaians. I think we as if we don't think.
Thank you very much. But just to add to that, this one says, hello, hello, Nana. I hope someone in this government who is an action person and has Ghana at heart is listening and will take action. This government has run out of goodwill and should know that Ghanaians know how to return them to a position after 4 years. Little caution to them. Right there in Kaswa is Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, boss.
Great. I'm so happy with the position, the opinion. My point is that one, the citizenry, we are not angry enough to hold the tail of the politicians and pull them so that they will start thinking right. One, the president should have fired the PPA boss outrightly, and quickly it should be in the BNS cells whilst investigation is going on. He shouldn't be sleeping in his house. It's an insult to the citizenry of this country. Number two, the power, what is dispensing, whatever, PPD or whatever, that contract should have been terminated once there's a detection of fraud in the document. It terminates the whole thing. It should be outright termination. Give it back to ECG for ECG to run because they didn't bring any money. Then you go and look for all the details or whoever committed fraud. And the third point is that recently, Nigerians in Germany, one of the senators went for medical health in one of the 5-star health facilities in Germany. They put him, beat him, put him in the car, and asked him to go back to the country and go and build a 5-star health facility for the people to benefit. He shouldn't come there. That is what Ghanaians should do to the politicians who are doing all these bad things and going outside for medical care.
Thank you very much. Ken is,
yes.
Thank you very much. Let me go to Tema. Ken is in Tema.
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening, Ken.
Nana, in as much as... Sorry, I'm giving feedback. In as much as we enjoy your program and all that, I would like to ask for a favor, please. I think the fundamental problem of Ghanaians is that we don't know our rights. Because if we truly know our rights, we wouldn't allow anybody to just come and walk over us, trample upon us, and not give us what we need in return. So please, if you can one day fix a program where you can educate Ghanaians on basic rights that we have, so we know. So anytime some of these people try to abuse us, use us for nothing, we can stand up for our rights.
Point and challenge taken, and I think it's worthy. I will do that. The say good evening to Mrs. Mary Ejapong, Registrar, Presbyterian University College, listening all the way from Abetifi. Thank you for tuning in. Right here in Medina is Dixon. Hello, Dixon.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just want to make a contribution.
Let me hear you.
Yeah, I am worried in the sense that when people commit offenses like this, we don't hear anything after the investigations. We have a lot of cases concerning this visa scandal, Australia, those things, and as at now, not even a single person has been brought to book. And that is my worry as a country. But when it happens like that, then where lies the future of our children? So that is a big worry. And I'm not even saying about only the Australia case, but there are a lot of cases also in that way. So we are pleading with our leaders, both the NDC and the MPP, that they should do what is right, so that this country will move forward, so that our children that will be coming to take over the responsibility of this country, there will not be too much burden on them. That is my little opinion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me get one last call. Xavier is in Carnation. Hello, Xavier.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
I think I personally feel our problem has to do with we putting premium on somebody's dialect, which happens to be English language, and once you are able to rattle it, you are deemed to be knowledgeable, you are deemed to be a good leader. So I think the citizens need to know that speaking someone's dialect doesn't make you intelligent. So we ended up voting for the wrong people rather than the right people who have the ideas, the expertise. You don't end up getting the position. That's number one. And number two, like my other colleague said, I think the citizens need to be educated, because I sometimes don't get it. When 5% of our people control our resources and then 90% sit aloof and you look at them, sometimes I get hurt. I think we need to do something and just take these people out. That's my personal opinion anyway. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, also tuned in is Mrs. Juliana Davis, affectionately known as Sister Baby. My sister-in-law. I have to sweet talk my sister-in-law. Sister Baby is visiting us from London, staying with us. Tuned in, probably her first opinion. I hope she enjoyed it. Also tuned in is FBI or Henere Gifty Auntie. So, but let me tell you that the Live to Lead Center for Transformational Leadership, an amazing, and they have a wonderful event coming up. And I will be the guest speaker, representing all of you here in Ghana, all the American speakers. I'll be the one representing you in Ghana. Last year, Uncle Ebo did. And apparently, he has raised the bar so high. I need to be standing on some springs to jump up. But 10th of October will be Alisa at 7 p.m. No, 9 p.m. At 7 p.m. I beg your pardon. 7 p.m. 10th October, Alisa. And then 11th October, College of Physicians and Surgeons at 7 a.m. prompt, because it's a worldwide event. For those of you who want further information on this wonderful, wonderful event, is 0550 515 391. 0550 515 391. Well, this is how we do it every Monday. We bring a topic, we all jaw, become as objective as possible. Hey, we may not have the solutions, we may not have all the answers, but at least we get it off our chest. But one of these days, we will draw the line. My name is Nana Ansakwa, the fourth Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Adumase. And every Monday I come to you with an opinion. And while I'm talking, my son Abeku Sankufi will be on the ones and twos. Sammy Forson is going to rock you nice tunes while we are thinking of ambiguation. In the meantime, the news bulletin is right up. Kwabena Adom is here.